already know the idiotic comments I'm going to get under this. Oh, you're not a real fan. Oh, go cheer for another team. Well, guess what? I'm never like Kyle Shanahan, and I never will. I just don't think he has what it takes as a head coach to win a Super Bowl. Let's talk about it. No 49ers head coach has blown more double-digit leads than Kyle Shanahan. He's blown 18 double-digit leads, with most of them being in the fourth quarter. This guy is renowned as an offensive genius. This man should be known as an offensive choke artist. Anytime his team has a 10-point lead, they choke it away. It doesn't matter if it's in the regular season. I can name just recently Rams, Cardinals, 10-point lead in the fourth. You want to look at big games? Look at the Super Bowl, twice 10-point lead. NFC Championship against the Rams, 10-point lead, can't get it done. Let's just look at some of the decisions. 2021 was by far one of Debo's best seasons. And against the Rams in that game, by the way, they'd beaten the Rams the last 7 times, and then the Rams beat them in the most important game. And the second half, up 10, Debo's best season, he decides, hey, Debo did not get one carry, one touch. And I get it, Debo's not the same player he was anymore. But in 2021, he was that guy. Let's look at decisions him and John Lynch have made together. He told John Lynch that they thought they were going to get Kirk Cousins, so they didn't do any due diligence in the draft to get Patrick Mahomes. They had the 3rd pick that year, so they could have easily gotten Patrick Mahomes. They could have got Lamar Jackson. They skipped on him. Fine, you know what? Maybe he misses in the draft. But after losing the Super Bowl in 2019, guess who was a free agent? Thomas Edward Patrick Brady. Okay, I probably added a few names, but Tom Brady was a free agent. Tom Brady said his choice of destination is to come home and play for the team he idolized as a child, the 49ers. And what did Kyle Shanahan say? We're good here. We believe in Jimmy. Jimmy G, a quarterback who is now the backup for the Rams, and when he was starting for the Raiders, he was horrendous. He was so bad, he got fired, and his head coach, his former offensive coordinator in New England, Josh, got fired. Why is it when he goes up against defensive coordinators like Spagnuolo or Brian Flores, they just totally expose him? And I don't want John Lynch to go, because even though John Lynch has missed in the draft, he's also hit in the draft in the later rounds. John Lynch has given Kyle Shanahan some of the greatest teams in the league. If you look at the offense, you had CMC, you had Debo, you had Ayuk, you had Trent Williams, you had Aaron Banks. You had such a solid offensive line and just great players all around. When are we going to start talking about how his decisions are terrible? How come it's Steve Wilkes got thrown under the bus and fired for that Super Bowl, even though he did a fantastic job against Mahomes? What is he supposed to do? Hold him to 0 points? It's not his fault that your offense is terrible. Let's talk about the 49ers special teams. Your head coach, you should be responsible for at least having an influence on special teams, but you've kept the same special teams head coach around, and their special teams is horrendous. You think you would learn your lesson from the Super Bowl when you fumbled a punt return, the easiest thing, a punt return. And then you look at the attitude this guy has. It's him sulking. Every 49ers season ends with the same picture of him in a different outfit, sitting down next to a crate, sulking like a little child. He just doesn't have the temperament. The 49ers need a head coach like Bill Belichick. And I know what people are going to say, well, they offered him defensive coordinator and he turned it down. Yes, he said he would turn down any coordination positions. He wants to be a head coach. If they offered him head coach, he would have taken it. And I feel like that would be a much more successful team, because this man has lost the franchise. I mean, and I know fans are going to criticize me, oh, he's the best. There's no better option out there for us than him. How many more 10-point leads does this man have to blow for someone to give him any sort of criticism?